If you'd like to follow the process of turning a block of wood like this into a guitar like this, then you've come to the right place. And if you would like to see me give this guitar away, click subscribe, hit the bell. Last time you saw me, I was spraying this guitar with trienvarathane, and I didn't like it. Long story short, I sanded it all off. Taking on another little project that I'm going to show you. Getting this glued back together. I think I can get it so that it can be pretty solid. So I'm going to leave this now for about 3 days actually. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take these clamps off and see what we've got. The nut is broken here on the edge, so I'm probably going to replace the nut. And there's a lot of glue in here from when it was glued in before. I'm going to just start cleaning some of this up. As I saw it, I thought, nah, this is just too pretty. I just want to use it just like it is. Tuning heads as well. So I'm gonna go with a black bezel on that. So I'm gonna change that out, and then I'm gonna take this apart and put it back together. So we'll check in after I get this done. So now when it comes time to put in the electronics, the volume and tone knobs, since I've used the poly finish and everything, these holes, I just use a small round file to clean out these. Gotta love that sound, huh? Not at all. It's like one of the sounds that I really don't like is girls using fingernail files on their nails. That sound, I don't know, gives me the kind of like the nails on the chalkboard thing. But then of course, I really don't like it when I hear other people brushing their teeth either. Like, I don't know, that grosses me out. Nicest little set of deep well drivers, the ratchet set by DeWalt. I love this thing. Don't want to make this too tight. I want it to be good and snug. There we go. One down. Okay. Tone. There's a variety of different ways that you can set it up. If you just have one pickup or two pickups. I'm doing this one, which is a 2 pickup. And you just have to follow things and watch, especially where like this one says note reverse connector. So you have to flip the connector upside down. That one's easy to miss. Is we are going to go ahead and connect what we need in these 2 pots. So we're going to start off with the volume. In the volume, we are going to run this. We're going to put the white on the right hand side. The black is going to be in the middle on this one. This black is a different one, and I've actually got that going to this box is what I'll be doing. So we'll do that, and then this end is going to come to the middle of the master volume, and I look for the little tiny arrow, which you're not going to see on the camera, I don't think, but there's a little arrow right there. There's a little arrow there, and it just shows you which one's going to be. And these pots actually even say ground, and which is ground and which isn't, and all that. So we just move this in. So this is my volume, and I will be putting this one then in the middle too. That easy. Just slip it right on in. Then I'm going to route this around this edge. It's a nice thing about having this all chambered is that I got plenty of space for things. So then this white one is going to go on this end. right here, and then the black one will be coming right here. Now then, we need a connector piece, one of these, and this is going to go, once again, with the arrow side up, and it's going on this end, and this is going to come over to the middle. Well, it's not really the middle because there's only 5 on this one, but it'll say right here, ground output, so it's going to be this one here that I'm running to. So click that in, and that's there. And then this one's going to the volume right here. And I'll scooch those to the side. And it's really that easy to hook these EMGs together, which is so nice. Next thing we're going to start doing is moving things to this board. But before I do that, these wires are going to have to get screwed in where they need to go here. So I'm going to just turn the camera off. I'm going to do that to get this all in one piece so it's ready to go. Cut these to the length that I actually want them once I have it in there. I thought about it and realized it would probably be really good actually if I just showed you how to hook these up. So in the wiring diagram, I always make sure to just do it like they've got it with the red, green, and white. The white is going to be the bridge. That's the neck. This is the common output that we're having. So anyway, what we're doing here is we're going to hook this up to this little guy here. Now, it says right on here, bridge, neck, ground, and then this is the output. So the bridge, as I said, is going to be this white one. And this, you just put these in here. And there's a screw. And you just tighten that down. That's all there is to it. Just make sure I give it a tug to see that's in good and tight. Okay. So now the thing is, you want to make sure that you don't just go in order, because actually the green one, or the output, is on this end here. Yep, now I got it. Good. Okay, and then the red one, or the neck, is going to be going into here. I don't want any frays. You don't want any of these to fray and to move over and be touching on the other side, or you're going to have problems. So make sure they're all housed within the plastic area they're supposed to be. When it comes to putting these EMGs in, this literally is the most difficult part, and it's just not difficult. If you just logically think this through, the red is the neck pickup. And when the guitar is being played, and again, this is a left-handed guitar player, but when the guitar is being played, up should be the neck pickup. Down should be the bridge pickup. So if you just get confused on how this needs to go into the hole, this is the red, which is the neck pickup. When I pull this way, what is happening is it is making this piece of metal lose contact with the ground here. So this one is hooked to these, that one's hooked to those. So when I pull it this way, neck is playing. When I push it that way, bridge is playing. When I got it in the middle, they're both making contact. As easy as that. Okay, I'm going to keep this as visible as I can. I got it tucked in there. That's screwed into place. This will end up getting tucked in underneath there when I get it filled up here. But just so you can see, we're going to work this through. This long one here, this is going all the way back to the neck pickup. Neck is the middle one right there. And it even says B for black, W for white. And it shows me the way it goes. And then this one needs to come in to this. So 1, 2, 3. So it would go right there. The bridge is going to go right here. Once again, it says right on it, black and white. There. And then the red, the hot here, from the bridge goes into the second one in from the green, which is right down here. in this red. So just push that into there. So those are both done. Then this one, which is coming from, now I put in a battery box. It comes with just a battery hookup and you can leave the battery hanging around in here, but I just like the ease of a battery box. So I don't always use these, but I really do like using them when available. So this, it's a little bit of a long, but I'm not gonna undo that. I'm not gonna worry about the length of this one. I made it long enough that it would reach, which it does, so we're good. Put that one in, the first one from the green into the, it's in the red. You really can't see very well, I know, but if I turn it around, 1, 2, and 3, here's that green piece that I'm talking about. And there's different pins in there, so 1, 2, and 3, where I'm going. Okay, I grabbed the extra one, so now this is the one that you gotta be careful for, because this is gonna go from the tone pot to this, and this one gets turned the other direction from all the rest. Now it does say right there, it says ground on the middle one, so this one goes in upside down, just like so. And move that out of the way so that as I go ahead and get this the way it needs to be. And then on here, as I plug this one into the box, the white and the black are still the same as the other one. So this one stays the same, just like the others. White, black, white, black, white, black. So there's a Velcro piece and there's a little sticky on this. Just gonna pull that sticky off. Move this down over. And I'm just gonna push it into place. And it'll hold. And this is put onto there, and this goes to the battery box. So that's it. I'll clean this up a little bit. I've got little zip ties that I put on these, so I'll do that. Put some zip ties in there and just tuck them back in. Oh, there it is. Something. See? Well, there we go. So this one should be working. This one should not be working. Both should be working. This one should be working. This one should not. There we go. Tone. Works. All good there. Volume. Next thing is I will need to finish getting this headstock set up down here. So, I don't have the tuning machines in yet. Hey guys, gonna just take a few minutes to take a break from the other guitar to continue working on this. We're getting closer with this guitar. So when it came to me, the headstock was completely broken off, and somebody had tried to replace it a few times, it looked like, and there was glue all over it. So I have put the headstock back on, and I have glued the headstock back on using clamps and glue, and then trying to fix the marks as best as I could. It's really kind of hard to make it so that it looks like it had never been broken. It looks pretty good overall, and pretty decent. The thing is that we're getting this guitar ready to just have it put together so that it could be on display. And now what I'm going to be doing is going to take the tuning machines, which go in here, take the tuning machines that are here, the buttons that were on them, which were some form of plastic, when you touched them they just crumbled to pieces, and so it was going to be impossible to tune. The actual mechanism on these turns really nice, and they feel pretty good. I got new buttons that I'm going to see if I can get those glued in place on here and just repair that. These feel like quality as far as the gears go, so I'm impressed by that. This side was all cracked from about here to here, oh actually over to about here, and I took a razor blade and I would put the razor blade in the glue, and then I would put the razor blade down in there over and over and over again to get glue on both sides of that crack. Got it in place, held in place, clamped it together, and gave it a couple of days to dry. There were big clumps of glue here and here and here, and then really big clumps of glue through this area here. You can still see that there's something that's off here with the wood grain, and that is because there is wood glue through here. But the thing is that if I feel inside, I can feel the glue on the other side. So if I were to take away the glue, there would be holes all the way through the wood. So we don't want to do that, obviously. And somebody at one point or another did that. I think we got it looking pretty decent. So let's just see how these would go on here. Okay, so it looks like these are definitely just a rectangular hole, and this is both rectangular and then it's rounded here. What I will probably have to do is use a small drill bit to just round out the center of these so that they will fit over. So I've only got 6, and I've got 6 to use, so my first one will either work or else I'll have to order another set. Well, I don't know if you're like me, but once in a while I do things that just don't always sound like the greatest idea, but I'm just going to see if I can hold this. Well, let's see if that worked. I don't want to push it on and then not be able to get it off, but I want to see if it'll go on there. And that's not going to go on yet. It's still thicker than that. So I'm going to step up the drill bit size, one drill bit. What if I heat this up? Is this going to work? Am I going to burn myself? Will I be able to get this hot enough? That's the other thing. To kind of melt in there. And my thought is, what if I heat this up? That's not going to work that way. Okay. Nope. Let's see. Don't give it too much time. Oh, that might be the ticket. Okay. Now let's wipe the glue off. Hey, that helped age it just a little bit. Getting a little of the glue over. Actually, it did. It looks pretty good. It's not quite so shiny. That works. That looks about like what they did, except the other ones crumbled to pieces. But yeah, how much do you repair? What do you leave? You know, with some of the, there's still some fine cracks in here. You know, do you try and fill that? But it's not going to be played. I think what we're just trying to do is get it to a place where it is presentable to be seen as it was. And he's mentioned to me that they're talking about maybe putting it in the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame over in Okoboji. Iowa Lakes area, Spirit Lake, Okoboji, Milford. So I think over at Arnold's Park actually is maybe where that's at. Okay, Phil, going to try and keep this really short because, yeah, I'm going to try and send it to you in a message. But anyway, after 106 years, here is